Grab the orange gill.
Well, hello, folks, and welcome to the Dieter Melhorn Fishing Podcast. I hope you're having a good day, whatever day it is that you happen to be listening to the show. Again, remotely, today from down here in Florida for iCast. The show actually starts today. I'm not going to make it today. I'm going tomorrow. I'm going to be spending the day tomorrow, so I'll have you some stuff. But I saw something online about a new lake record fish we're going to talk about. This was caught down in Georgia. We're going to talk a little bit about lake records. We'll talk a little bit about the state record for Georgia and another fish that was released alive without being weighed for a state record. So some interesting stuff going on. But this one took place down in Georgia right at the end of June, right as we were starting to come out of the spawn. And we'll roll a video clip here that you can take a look at and see this guy. He's fighting this fish. He's fishing alone. That was one of the cool things about this. This was on June 28th, around 11 p.m. Walter Dorough. This is around Hillsboro, Georgia, on Lake Jackson. This is a small lake, only about 4,700 acres, so it's not a really big reservoir down there. And he's an experienced angler. He tournament fishes, so he's got some experience. He's definitely got the gear. You can tell there he's got a good setup on his boat, got some good heavy-duty rods. He's got the Twisted Cats t-shirt on, which makes all the difference in the world in catching fish. So, but no, you can tell he's not somebody that just lucked into this fish and doing a good job of fighting this thing. It says it was caught on cut bluegill in about 8 feet of water.
This is the Jackson Lake record blue, I believe. I thought this was a big fish. It is not. This is a monstrous blue. Oh my God.
Again, one of the things about fishing alone, folks, is you got to do everything yourself. He's got to net the fish himself. He's got to wrangle it into the boat, get it into a live well. And in this situation, he's got to go find somebody to help him weigh it. And that's what happened here.
Hey, but I got to get on the phone, see if I can get something going on, or I got to turn this fish loose. Well, 71 pounder, we're about to weigh it again and get it on video. Grab the orange gill. You can grab the stuff. Uh-oh. Seventy-one point six. You got it.
I think he got the tournament director from a local catfish club down there to weigh the fish on a scale to get a weight on it, and got it hoisted up, and ended up being right around 71 pounds. And it's a unofficial lake record, and I'll explain to you what lake records are. In most places, there are some exceptions. Lake records are basically a local, word of mouth record of the biggest fish. There are some states, municipalities that actually certify lake records. The problem with that is the logistics of doing it, and it's why most states won't do it. In most states, it is the Department of Wildlife, Fish and Game, DNR, whatever you want to call it, that certifies these records. Some places it's not. There are some states where there are other organizations, travel and tourism bureaus, sports writers organizations. Where I'm at in North Carolina, it used to be the Travel and Tourism Bureau did it until the Wildlife Commission took over because, well, travel and tourism couldn't tell the difference between a flathead catfish and a channel catfish, but that's a story for another day. But lake records are kind of word of mouth things, and it's kind of, local lore, local legend. And in most places nationwide, that's an unofficial record. The official state record for Georgia was caught by Tim Trone, and that fish was 102 pounds. I don't have the weight on me. Now, the state record was caught by Tim Trone. Now, the official state record in Georgia for a blue catfish was caught by Tim Trone, I believe in 2020. I think it's around 110 pounds in the Chattahoochee River, if I'm not mistaken. I exchanged some texts with him when that happened, and a great fish, a great fish. And the fish this man caught, a great fish, even if it's not a official state record or whatever. But anytime you start getting above that 50-pound mark, you're getting into rare air. Now, some people will ask, are they native to this body of water? It's a 4,700 acre lake. No, they're not. This was a fish that was put there at some point, whether it be when it was small or maybe a little bit bigger. I saw something quickly online that another fish had been caught there that was in the 47-pound range. So there have been some larger fish put into this body of water. So the other thing I was going to tell you about was I did a podcast yesterday about the new Kansas record and the fact that the fish died. And, one of the questions I brought up was, would you kill a fish if you knew you had a state record 100%? And one of the fish I mentioned in there was one that was released before it was weighed. And I found the name of that angler. I was trying to think of it yesterday. It was Kyle Kohler. This was out in Kansas. In 2024, last year, he caught a fish that was 117 pounds. It would have broke the state record at the time in Kansas. And he released that fish before getting it weighed. I don't know what the exact circumstances were as to whether he didn't have a live well for it or what the deal was. But that fish was put back alive. Now, this one that was caught down in Georgia that Walter Dorough caught, it was released alive back into the water also. And is one of the things about catfish. I keep saying this, and people who are not in the catfish world don't understand this totally, but catfish are one of the few fish that get released alive after they are weighed for state and world records, or at least attempted to release alive. Anglers have the ability in the catfish world, especially the ones that fish for them, to keep these fish alive, whether it be in live wells, holding tanks, whatever the situations. And you add in the fact a catfish is a very hardy fish. If this would have been, a striped bass or something like that, it would have died. And, these catfish are a lot more hardy. They're a tough fish, and they can take, this kind of punishment, which it is punishment, let's face it. You're being caught, lifted up by your jaw, dragged around, thrown into a little bitty tank with some water flowing across it. They're facing some punishment there, but we're able to keep them alive, and it's one of the few fish that has a chance of going back after it's been weighed. So that's awesome, and awesome to this angler for releasing that fish back into the water alive so that somebody else can catch it. So a lot of stuff going on. Fish are being caught. We're into July. This one was caught at the end of June. Fish are showing up. I was looking through my timeline on Facebook today, and I'm seeing more and more flatheads showing up. Blues are showing up. We're into summertime fishing is what it comes down to. And I've got a podcast talking about that coming up. It was supposed to drop today. It's going to get moved because of this. But I wanted to put this one up and let you hear about it. And know what's going on out there. Stay aware. I hope I'm making videos about one of you guys soon, catching one of these state records, world records, or just a lake record, or just a record for your boat. I love seeing people catch fish. We'll catch you guys out in the water.